I'd like to get down to the bottom of some things for you guys, because I've been in your shoes before as well. So a lot of you guys are wondering, you call up the recruiter, you're thinking about coming over here to P&S, but you got this company job that's paying you, say, 62 cents a mile, and you're probably, you know your numbers, you know your financial situation, and you have nothing to compare it to. You call the recruiter up, you say, well, how much am I getting paid to work over there? They tell you 27%. Well, yes, naturally, the next question is 27% of what? They're not going to be 100% honest with you about as far as like what their rates are, what they're charging the shippers for their contracts, stuff like that. And also, you're going to try to compare your miles and say, oh, well, I drive 2,000 miles, 2,500 miles over at this company I'm working with. So how much can I make per mile working with you guys at 27%? Bottom line is, the answer is you're not going to get a straight answer. So I feel a lot of you are leery about making any move, not necessarily to just P&S, but to any company that has a percentage-based pay versus your safety net. So I want to preface this video with saying that this is not a review on P&S, guys. This is me trying to explain to you some of the hidden numbers so that I can better answer your questions so you can make an educated decision. Also, I want to let you know I'm not a recruiter for P&S, although I do appreciate any referrals I get. By the way, James Smith, thank you for the referral that you put in for me. You helped me and my family out a lot. Really appreciate it. But once again, guys, I'm not doing this for referrals. I'm doing this because I want to help you guys out. Also, I want to state that I will not be sharing any of P&S's rates. That's a confidential matter that I don't think P&S would appreciate anybody sharing. Just for the reason that, there's other companies, maybe their competitors are trying to undercut them on their contract rates. So you got some guy on YouTube telling them what their rates are. There's just a whole plethora of reasons why you don't share the company's rates. But I can give you some insight on my finances to help you better understand where you'll be sitting. Also, I want to say, guys, that what works for me may not work for you guys. Everybody's financial situation is different. Again, I'm making this video here so that I can give you the tools that you need to measure it against your own financial situation to help you make a better decision, whether P&S is good for you or any other company like that. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's talk about percentage pay first, as a company driver over here, because I know a lot of you guys are looking to come over to P&S or any other company, and you got to jump through the same hoops that I did. You want to go lease, but in order for you to go lease, you're going to have to at least do company for 3 months. And in all actuality, I don't know if that was due to the COVID thing and all that with the truck shortages, but I actually had to wait 6 months. Well, 5 to be exact. So let's say you're running 2,000 miles a week average, and that's just lowballing it, at 62 cents a mile at your current company. That would net you $1,240. So with that same mentality, let's take a 2,000 mile week at a rate of $2 a mile. Now I know you guys, if you guys are thinking that you're going to come over here and make $3 a mile on every load, I'll tell you right now, you're seriously mistaken. There's huge swings between $3 and I've seen it as low as $1.50, and I've seen it also as high. I believe I pulled a load for $10 a mile. Of course, it was a short haul, but let's just say, for argument's sake, at $2 a mile at a 27% rate, you're going to be taking home $1,080. So if you guys are doing the math on this, you're thinking, well, I'm leaving my cushion job at 62 cents a mile where I don't have to worry about any of the market swings or anything like that, and you're absolutely right. But with risk, there's reward, guys. That 27%, you can make a lot of money if you know how to run yourself right. And I'm telling you right now, guys, P&S is a great company, but it's a hard company. Hard. You're going to have to learn your lanes. You know, you got to go in. If you come over here, you're going to have to know that you're going to end up probably having to take a pay cut before you can start making some money over here. Only because you don't know the lanes, you don't know the commodity, you don't know, you know, what pays and what doesn't pay. You know, and also you guys are trying to get home. So, yeah, you can make more money with 27% than you can as a cents per mile person. But as a cents per mile person, you have that cushion. Also, another point, and I just kind of touched on it. As a company driver getting paid, you know, cents per mile, you are completely in the dark. You have no idea what pays what the rates are, what commodities are good and worth pulling, what backhauls are. You don't know any of this. I didn't either when I was working at Melton. I mean, all they did was point me in a direction and I ran. All I knew was the more miles I drove, the more money I make. Well, you know, I would imagine that you guys want to be owner ops. You guys want to at least be a lease op, whatnot. You want to have a little bit more control over what you're doing. And the only way to do that is by having more insight into what really goes on behind the scenes. And you can't do that being paid cents per mile. All right, so that's the company side with the 27% out of the way. Now, here's the big problem. It goes right back to when you call the recruiter, you know, you're asking about their lease program. And right off rip, they're telling you got to wait 3 months, you got to be a company driver over here, and yada, yada. So that really sucks. And then at the same time, you're asking them, well, how much can I make? And they can't answer you that question because they can't tell you. They're not going to tell you what their rates are, and it's all particular to how you drive, right? So the only thing that they might tell you is that your truck payment is, you know, $550, $650, $700. It all depends on what type of truck. So when you ask about a lease program that you already have to wait 3 months to get into, you have no idea if you're going to be successful in it, if it's a predatory lease program, or anything like that. One thing I did, guys, when I was researching this lease program is I joined P&S's Facebook group page. And if you do that, you'll see people are getting their titles to their trucks left and right. So, I mean, that is definitely a good sign that this isn't a predatory lease program. Now, mind you, when I was doing that research, it happened to be when people were making money hand over fist. You know, people were running $4 or $5 a mile for loads and stuff like that. I missed that opportunity, which sucks. Although I am right now where the market is at an all-time low. So if I can survive this market, then I'd like to think I can survive a good market, right? So again, that's the point of this video that I'm trying to make for you guys. I want to shed some light on what you can expect being a lease guy over here. So you got your 3 months in, right? They send you to a truck. Now, your truck is a roll of the dice. There's horror stories, man. There's horror stories out there. People get into a truck and it just takes a shit on them right away. You know, they're in and out of the shop left and right. They're actually upside down on their escrow account. They're finding themselves owing more than they're making. Stuff like that. Guys, that is a real possibility. You have to be open to that. That's a real possibility that could happen to you. It's still a real possibility that could happen to me. That's why I'm just trying to maintain my truck as much as possible. Okay? So your first couple weeks, once you get into your truck, you're going to be owing money. Putting aside any kind of maintenance or anything like that, you're going to be owing money because they prorate you for your $22.90 tax. And you're also prorated for your, personal, I forget the insurance that it's called. It's the personal insurance, something like that. Anyways, they prorate you for that too. It's the most expensive 2 items. And I was in the hole like $4 grand my first couple of weeks just to start breaking even. So that's a real reality that you're going to have to face, you know. And once you get out of that, they're not gonna take all your money from you. They're gonna at least let you keep $1,000, but you will be paying this off every week until you get caught up, and then you can actually start making some money. All right. Now, the numbers go. You're going to get 70% of the line haul, right? So the company's taking 30%. On top of that, you're going to have to put 9.5% into an escrow account, which we might as well call 10%. So 40% of all the revenue that you generate to your truck is basically going to the company. Now, I know we can argue that you know, the escrow account, that's money that you get back and all that, yada yada. Look, guys, I consider that money gone. There's no guarantee that that'll come back. I'm not saying P&S will do this or not, but what's to stop them from, when you turn the truck in, saying that they had to fix this, that, and this and that, and then they had to clean it out, and then put any price tag on the bill? You know, and that's one thing that I'm not in favor of, is the escrow account, because it really minimizes your cash flow. You know, I would like to say I have 20 grand saved up in my escrow, my maintenance account. I should be able to cap it myself, and then take that extra money, that extra 10% that I'm bringing to my business, and invest that in other areas, whether that be new equipment or high yield savings accounts, things like that. But I don't have control over that money, and that's a reality that you guys are going to have to face. So, getting back to the numbers, you're taking 60% out of that, out of all the line haul that you do for the week. Out of that 60%, you're gonna want to create a business entity for yourself. If you're not, you're doing yourself a serious injustice, right? And I'll make a video later on down the road, guys, if you want me to cover LLC, sole proprietorships, the benefits of that, and all that, and why I'm doing mine. But you're gonna want to create a business entity, okay? And taxes are going to be roughly another 30% of your line haul. So now you're looking at what am I at? 70% now of money that's right out the window. That's not yours. You know, that's everybody else. So you're taking home basically 30% is your net profit every week. Now, why would you want to do that? You know, on the company side, you don't have to worry about the fuel. You don't have to worry about anything else. All you got to worry about is that you're getting the 27% of whatever you pull. Well, I'll tell you why you want to do it. Because, you know, at least why I want to do it is that extra 3%. It affords me to be able to start putting money towards my business. I'm working on building up business credit. On top of that, that 30% that I'm paying Uncle Sam, that's not set in stone. That's just what you want to put aside come the end of the year. When you finally figure out everything, you want to be over, or at least even. You don't want to be under and start paying tax penalties. So really, with 30%, you should be set, right? You get money back, and then you can reinvest that in your business. So it affords you the opportunity to, you know, grow and improve. That's the way I look at it, guys. So there's the numbers for you. You know, you're going to be making 30% basically. Now, if you were paying attention back a couple months ago, even last year, late last year, stuff like that, and you follow a lot of the Facebook groups for the trucking industry, you'll hear a bunch of owner-ops saying that they are making 9-10 grand a week. And yeah, so if you gauge that, oh, I'm making 30% off of 10 grand, you know, that's $3,000. But that's if you make 10 grand, guys. Right now, I'm averaging between 5 and 6. If I can get 6 grand every week, which it's not the best, but it's my low end. You know, I'd like to see 6 to 7. But if I can get 6 grand right now to stay sustainable, I'd be a happy camper. You know, and you got to realize that if you don't hit your targets, if you don't hit your goals, that you're going to suffer. You know, you could easily go backwards in the hole financially. You know, you won't be able to make your home payments. You won't be able to make your truck payment. You know, stuff like that. So you really got to be on your game out here when you're leasing. You know, not only do you need to know your own lanes, you know what's profitable, the commodities that's profitable, but you're going to find that you need to start studying the market, and the market kind of shadows the political side. You need to know what's going on out there. Like right now, we're having a huge volume problem. So there's more drivers than there is freight that's available. So I mean, that tells me that I can't be as picky, and you know, on my loads. You know, not all these loads are going to be great because the volume's low. So you know, there's a lot of numbers to keep. There's a lot of responsibility. But if you guys are ready to tackle it and willing to do that, you know, there's a lot of rewards at the end of the day. I just wanted to keep it real with you guys and help you make a decision on whether you want to go lease, go to a percentage-based company, or anything like that. So with that being said, I hope you like the content, guys. Smash the like button for me. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next video. Y'all take care.